Hello everyone, and welcome back to Kinkoi, Ella's Route. It is Sunday. In the last episode, we kissed Ella, and she ran away. So, I guess that's kind of progress, but it doesn't feel like a lot of progress. Oh well, it's like that sometimes, I guess. December 10th, Sunday. Ella's championship was only a week away. Which meant we only had 1 week left of our pretend relationship. Maybe we still had another week would be a better mindset. Either way. It had to be today of all days.
どうかしたん?
I won't get to see Ella. I didn't regret telling her that I loved her yesterday. But yesterday may have been horrible timing. Today was the only day this week that I didn't have plans to see Ella. I could see Ella at school during the week and when she attended club meetings on her day off. But since they were going to use the martial arts dojo for an entire day next week, this just so happened to be the day the fencing club couldn't use the campus whatsoever. They had the day off, in other words. It was the one day I couldn't see her. Talk about crappy timing.
だからどうしたん? エルチンに会えないから何よ?
I like her. Also, I may have done something questionable in the last episode. Well, you know...
Huh?
How should I handle this? I'd love to talk about what had happened yesterday, and I didn't want to keep it all to myself. Would it be alright tomorrow? I guess there was no real difference between today and tomorrow, but... Today is yesterday's tomorrow. Wait, yes, that's right. I had to think about it for a second. I would have to spend all day in a state of distress. Sounded like a depressed zombie.
はっ、お主さては、エルチンに何かしたな?
Kind of.
やっぱりか.
What are you rambling about? What did you base that on?
ごまかしても無駄だぜ! 証拠は今、自分が口で言ったギク.
Well, you kind of got me on a corner on that one.
お天道様が見逃しても、この印籠と桜吹雪とその他諸々が見逃せしねえ! おとなしくお縄につきやがれ! 一末や!
I feel like this is a reference to something, but I don't know what it is. Okay. My magistrate! Reina had sussed me out.
で、具体的に何したの?
Well, I told you nothing.
嘘だね。まあどうせあれでしょ? あのおっぱいに目がくらんで、ついつい手が伸びちゃったとかでしょ?
Actually, no. Although, I wouldn't be shocked.
エロいなはエロいな。とか言いながら、あのビッグブレストをわしづかんで吸ったり揉んだりしたんでしょ?
Good guess, but actually no.
オーロ?
Ella's boobs. There's a little 404 screen in our brain where we actually were going to tell her what happened, but then we got distracted. They sure were huge. I hadn't touched them, but I guess they had pressed up against me when we kissed. I would make those mine somehow. Ugh. Wait, no. The second I figured out my feelings for Ella, my sexual desire sparked up too. Really? It wasn't there before? I kinda feel like it was.
この顔はガチでエロいこと考えてるやつだな。本当にエルチンに何かしたっぽいな。
I mean, not like that though.
で、何を悩んでるの? やっぱエルチンを怒らせて殺されるかもパターン?
No, if she wanted to slaughter us, we'd be dead. I obviously doubt she would kill me over it.
わあ、エロいことしたのは認めましたよ、この男。
Define lewd. I haven't admitted anything.
じゃあ、怒らせた方?
If I had to define it anyway.
そっちか。 そりゃいかんよ、オーロくん。
It's not like I did anything wrong. We just didn't see things eye to eye right now.
それで朝からうなってるわけか。よし、わかった。ここはこの浜中の生けるおせっかいばあさんと言われたこの木崎玲奈さんに任せんしゃい。
While that is an accurate description, I feel like if anybody else called her old, she'd smack him. The way you phrase that makes it sound like all of the nosy old ladies the world over are dead. She killed them. There can be only one. She's the Highlander of old ladies that are nosy.
突っ込むならまずはばあさんってとこね。おいで、オーロ。
Hmm? Reina dragged me outside. Where are we going? Clap, clap, clap.
そりゃもちろん。
No.
あ、そうだ。許可がないと警察が来ちゃうんだっけ。ピポパ。
What, are you a robot? Cops?
もしもーし。ジーヤさん？あ、どうもです。
Oh, Poro Lacoche. Always happy to see him.
これは木崎様、姫様にご用ですかな。
今日はシルビーだけじゃなくてね。
What are we doing here? I got dragged along with her before I even knew what was going on. Oh, was that an out-of-breath, exasperated what are we doing here? It was on the edge of town, deep in the heart of the rich neighborhood that I'd never stepped foot into. Wait, really? The long, seemingly endless brick building was enclosed behind a tall fence, and I briefly wondered if it were an exhibition hall of some kind. Oh, we haven't been here in this route, that's what's going on. Off to the side of a gateway so gigantic it would have given noble academies a run for its money, she had them open this teensy little door. Reina continued to literally drag me along as she calmly entered the facility and guided me deeper and deeper inside. It's a labyrinth and we're going to get killed by a minotaur. What is this place? A dance hall?
にも使いますな。まあ大抵はただの立食会程度ですが。
Ah, hello. That familiar old man was here.
どうも、スチーヤさん。エルチンは？
声はかけておきました。時間ができれば来るでしょう。しばしお待ちを。
い。
その間に飲み物です。どうぞ。
He took out grape juice for us. You couldn't ask for anything more. It made me grateful. Is this where Sylvie and Ella live?
来たことなかった？
Apparently not. Nope. This place is amazing. I had been curious what their home was like, but I had never been. In this timeline, it had this medieval feel to it, which wasn't at all surprising considering where the princess and her knight lived. I noticed a couple of appliances here and there, so it wasn't without modern conveniences. It definitely gave off the impression that sophistication was valued highly. Do you come here often?
たまーに。夕飯とかすごいんだよ。毎回コースで来るから。
And I eat it clean every time. Wow.
今夜ご用意いたしましょうかな。
Yes, please. No, don't put yourself out for us. It actually sounded uncomfortable, so I passed on this offer. Besides, we haven't passed Mina-chan's etiquette quiz or anything like that. When?
誰だ？
It's Sylvie! Whoa. A set of hands suddenly covered my eyes. Where did she come from?
誰だ？レナ、言っちゃダメよ。はいはい。
Oh, now I understood what was going on. I mean, the answer's pretty obvious, but I kind of want to say who. I'm gonna say who. Who is it?
あら？
I can't tell. Who is it?
あらあら？正解！
She moved her hands away. I turned around. Menacing giantress? Ah! Some utterly humongous lady filled my view. Who is this? Seriously?
正解は、オーロがまだ会ったことがない子でした。
Are you sure about that? Are you sure it's just not somebody we don't remember?
ある意味正解だね。やるじゃん、オーロ。
Oh, so it was a trick question. Okay. Well, I answered right. Forget all that. Who is this?
ありがとう、キャシー。行っていいわ。
Do we get to see her?
はい。
I guess not. She headed back from where she came from, with Patrick's star attached to her back.
びっくりしたでしょう。このソルティレージュ領事館最大にして最強の護衛騎士、キャスリングよ。
I guess I should have known, but John Williams wasn't playing in the background, so I had no idea. Yeah, that's one way of putting it. Why go to all that effort, though?
レーナが来たと聞いてきたらオーロまでいてびっくりしたから、びっくりで返そうと思って。
Good job.
エルにご用ですって。
Yeah, is she here?
まだお部屋なの。変ね。今日は特にやることないはずなのに。
Are you sure she didn't make work for herself?
ここ数日妙に部屋にこもっているのよね。
Oh no.
パソコンを持ち込んで。
Research?
私が言っても何やってるか教えてくれないし。
I wonder why. Was she working on some fencing-related report or something?
エルチンが引きこもりね。
Well, kind of.
ジーヤさん、なんか知ってる？
Probably. Yes. He shot us an all-knowing smile, but refused to elaborate. That's probably for the best.
呼んでくるわ。私が行けばさすがに出てくるでしょう。
The princess went to get her in person.
ちなみに、エルチンやシルビーの資質にはさすがに入ったことない。
In this timeline.
申し訳ありません。国外の方をお招きできるのは、こちらゲスト館までとなっておりますので。
First I've heard of it. Yeah, I figured as much. There were probably heaps of formal procedures involved. By the way, she had called this a hall, huh? A look in from the windows and, yeah, I did see another estate far off in the distance. I couldn't see everything due to the high fence, but there did appear to be 2 or 3 estates nearby. And...
あら？何してますのゲロ？
stirring things up. Mina-chan. I ran into someone unexpected. Actually, she was probably more surprised to see us than anything else.
私は本日公務ですので準備に。そちらは？
Kind of the same.
遊びに来ました。まあごゆっくりしてらして。
Within this hall. And there she went. See you in the fan desk. It was kind of embarrassing to tell our junior, who mentioned she had work, that we came over to her place to hang out. That was when I noticed it. Mina-chan was going up the stairs. I didn't even know there were stairs. I mean, I'm not surprised, but we've never seen them. Even though Sylvie had gone down the corridor leading further inside to call for Elle-san, I wonder where Mina-chan went. I said with no real aim in mind.
資質です。本日のご公務にはそれなりの準備が必要ですので。
Huh?
はい。
The black-suited lady gave me a look that said, "What's the matter?" But wait, wasn't this odd? Mina-chan lives here, in this building?
はい。あ、少々誤解なさっておられるようですね。
This is Mina's building. Sylvie's building is over there, Ella's building is over there, and then there's another building in the back for Irohe when he comes to visit. But we don't know about him.
この屋敷はソルティレージュはイスタ家の所有する別邸となっております。
故にシスア家である神なる様はゲストという形で部屋を取っておられるのです。
Oh. Huh? The Ista family? That was Ella's family, right?
この屋敷というかこの敷地の領事はソルティレージ王室シスア家ではありません。イスタ家ひいてはこの3年間は エロイナ様の所有となっております。
Oh. Okay. I didn't realize that. What?
厳密にはエロイナ隊長の所有する別邸地のうちゲスト館だけを領事館としてシスア家に譲渡している形ですな。
それって何？エルチンってむっちゃお金持ちなの？
Enough that she owned an estate like this?
それはもちろん、イスタ家はソルティレージュでも王室シツア家に次ぐ名家ですゆえ。
I do recall Mina-chan mentioning something about Ella being the daughter of a highly regarded noble family, one on par with the royal family. Ella may have been on an entirely different level than I originally thought. Oh no, we're not deserving of her either! She was the master of an estate in which a princess like Mina-chan was a guest. If they didn't play their cards right, wouldn't this place her on the same level as Sylvie and Mina-chan? Not that I had any clue what the power balance was like for the people of Sortilege.
準備完了。あら、まだいたんですの。
Okay, either you work really fast or this conversation has taken significantly longer than I thought. Mina-chan came down a short time later.
お待たせしてますわね。お姉様ですか？呼んできましょうか？にゃ、エルチン、今シルビーが呼びに行ってくれてるとこ。そう。お姉様をパシるとは、いい度胸してますわね。
Hey, she volunteered.
でもなんか時間かかってるみたい。
That's because she has to take a shuttle from one place to the next. Yeah, she is a little late. Enough time had passed for Mina-chan to show up, get ready, and come back, and yet there was still no sign of either Ella or Sylvie.
お姉様のことだから、何かよそごとしてしまってるかも。私が呼んできますわ。
I believe that. Mina-chan went to run this errand of her own accord. She really was a great girl at heart. I just kind of imagine this being like Richie Rich's mansion way back in that movie where there's just a bunch of melon pan shops on the way, like the McDonald's in there.
お二人はどこへ？
ああ、カミナル様。
申し訳ありません。エロイナ様の寝室でございますゆえ。
寝室？
Is it off limits? But she stopped in her tracks. She must have known where it was and looked in the same direction Sylvie had walked off earlier. With a bitter look in her eyes.
では、私では力になれませんわね。
What, are you not allowed in the West Wing? Is that where she keeps the rose in a glass? Huh?
なんで？お待たせー！
Convenient. Which was when those two came along.
ごめんね、待たせて。エルったら。あら、みんな。
Gang's all here.
ごきげんよう、お姉様。と、もう時間ですわ。早速ですわ。おいとましますわね。あら、あ、そっか。今週はミナが耳の聞こえない子への慰問だったわね。
We saw Mina-chan off as she left for work. Okay then, with that...
遅かったけどどうしたん？
いえ、失敬。仕事です。
quote unquote.
仕事じゃないでしょ？何か、ゲーム？
Oh no.
やっていたんじゃない？
What did she see?
聞く。
何をやっていたの？あれ、女の子がキャーキャー言って。
Wait a minute. I know that game.
なんでもありません、姫様。とある仕事で必要なことを調べていただけで。
What kind of job?
機密です。騎士のその大事なことで言うわけには。
She didn't even realize we were here.
あら。
Bam. Okay. Ella's face flashed a bright red with such enthusiasm that it felt like it should be accompanied by that booming of a sound. Oh, okay. Well, that bam wasn't exactly booming, but sure. This dredged up the same kind of mood as yesterday. Awkward.
どうしたの？
I just told you.
おやおや？
Oh no. Sylvie gazed blankly at Reina's evil expression.
私はやることがありますので。やることってゲーム？
In a sense. She bravely ran away.
違います。
She tried to hole herself back up in her room, but once the game subject was brought up, she came back. I had no idea what the fixation was on that game, but if we kept Ella from getting away since she didn't want us to think she was playing a game... Bibbidi bobbidi boop! Given the rare occasion, the four of us ended up going into town together. My relationship with Ella was still in touchy territory. We had kissed, and she had rejected me. There was no avoiding it.
ラーメン屋さんへ行きましょう。せっかくの外出よ。今日のお昼はラーメン。その後メロンパン。
All roads lead to melon pan.
お任せ。いい鶏白湯の店調べてるよ。
These two were in high spirits like usual. Oh, right. Hey, as far as lunch goes, would you two mind if we went for something other than ramen? Sorry. I looked into a nice place.
まあ、オーロが言うなら。で、ラーメン以外のどこ？
Soba.
お蕎麦、懐石の中に出たことはあるけれど、専門店というのは初めてよ。しっぷい趣味だね。こういうとこっておじさんおばさん通り越しておじいちゃんおばあちゃんって感じだけど。
Ah, we should have invited Borla Koche. Don't say that. Price-wise, it was targeted at the rather elderly. But... for the time being, Ella was my highest priority over everything else.
いい店ですね。なんというか、朗らかなのに身が引き締まります。
Okay. Sure. I wonder if it's like how we felt when we went to a high-class French restaurant. It wasn't all laid back and relaxed like ramen or gyudon restaurants. I would agree if you were to call it hoity-toity, but it felt like a moderately stringent restaurant to eat at. I figured Ella would enjoy it.
わざわざ調べて。
When you think about it, that actually sounds a little bit insulting, but we promised, didn't we? As for why I picked this restaurant, that was between Ella and I alone.
まあいいわ。注文しましょう。こういう店だとやっぱり冷たいので行きたいよね。
Isn't it kind of chilly out for that? It's already December, you know.
どうしようかな。
冷たいの。あ、森そばというやつですね。
あれ、エルチン詳しい。
勉強したのです。それで温かいのがかけそば。
かけと森、知らない言葉だわ。
Me too!
今日はお外は森だけれど、お店の中はかけね。そういう使い方はしないけど、可愛いからよし。
Ella sounded like she'd been awfully excited for this too. I was glad I brought them here with me.
森とかけ、どちらにすればよいでしょうか。
Do we get another choice that doesn't really matter? Well, why don't you try the hot pot soba with duck, Ella?
これは写真を見るに森ですね。
I will take your word for it. Yep, but you dip it in the hot pot here, so it's warm when you eat it. I'm going to go with a piled soba. That way I could give you my broth and it'll be like you're eating it poured style.
よろしいので。
Yeah. I've always liked cold dishes, so it's fine.
ではお願いします。
私は普通にかけ。女の子はお腹冷やしちゃダメってバッチャが言ってた。
Okay. I wonder if her granny is anything like her. With that settled.
シルビー様は何に？
そうね。 かけと森
She's going to have both, isn't she?
両方にするわ。お願いします。
I knew it.
はーい。
両方。
Of course. Well, it's not an inedible amount. You could totally eat it if you're in the right mindset for it, and Sylvie's always in the right mindset for it.
そうですか。
Two helpings worked out just about right to fill up Sylvie's stomach.
ではご注文繰り返させていただきます。鴨鍋そば、天ぷらかけそばが2つ、お昼のセットおそば、ざるが2つでよろしかったですか？
I don't know how everybody else feels. Personally, not a big fan of duck.
ありがとうございます。300円追加でおそば10割に変更できますが、いかがですか？
Sure, we're paying on Sortilicious dime anyway.
10割。そば粉 100% というやつですね。
Yeah, soba enthusiasts go crazy for all the stuff, but it's a little tough to eat. I'd rather have the standard noodles.
私も28。
では、私もそのままで結構です。
かしこまりました。お客様はいかがなさいますか？
Well, in that case, I'll have 2 orders with the regular and 2 orders with the buckwheat noodles.
そうね。じゃあかけと森両方28と10割を1つずつ計4つ持ってきてちょうだい。
Oh, she really is like a Snorlax.
はい、お願いします。
Oh my gosh. It's fine, she'll be hungry again in 2 hours.
28も10割も美味しいわ。
That's what matters most. A slightly appetite-killing spectacle was unfolding in the corner, but... Okay, Ella, yours is probably ready to eat now.
はい。鍋の文化は知っていますが、日本では本当に食卓の上で火を使うのですね。
外人さんは驚くよね。この青白い燃えるやつでテーブルの上でお鍋にするの。
Only high-class places have these, so it's kind of exciting even for Japanese people.
そう。軽めのキャンプファイヤーだよね、これ。
CAMPFIRESONG song. The flame-bound hot pot was making lovely simmering noises. The duck and leek hot pot was in good shape.
どうしたら良いのでしょう、これ。
Well, you'd eat it like a normal hot pot, and then you could dip your soba noodles into it once it starts to get low.
なるほど。では、
We'd better dig in too. Munch, munch, munch. Otherwise, Sylvie will just eat everything.
ここの天ぷらエビでかいな。あら、その魚のなんかちょうだい。
Gefilte fish. It's not gefilte fish. It's herring. I ordered the lunch combo, which included a small side of tempura, raw fish, and simmered herring.
ニシン？
It's a kind of fish. They've got really tiny bones and are rarely eaten, but they are fairly common at soba restaurants. It seemed herring soba left quite an impact on people. Now that I thought it through, herring soba was a real mystery. Why herring of all things? I mean, it's better than anchovies or sardines, I guess.
甘辛くていいよね、これ。
I'm sure mature adults would have it as a side with drinks, but it's delicious enough to eat like a regular dish.
へえ。いただきます。美味しい。
It also had an exceptional reputation with foreigners. For that matter, herring was in the combination meals Sylvie ordered herself.
こちらも、鴨肉。こんな風に調理したものは初めてです。
Duck meat can be pretty fatty, and adding it to the hot pot totally changes the flavor, doesn't it?
はい、すごくさっぱりとして。
I might actually like it like that then.
ネギの力だね。日本じゃカモネギって言って、背中からネギの生えてるカモが自生してるくらいでね。
Knock it off with the repulsive fibs. In any case, Ella appeared receptive to everything so far, and I couldn't help but feel relieved. And then, when it came to the all-too-vital soba...
では、お蕎麦をいただきます。
Once Ella had opened up the hot pot, she dipped her noodles into the remaining broth.
せーの
Oh? Like I said before, slurping like that won't work.
しかしお蕎麦はすするものと特に熱いのは最初は無理だよ。もっとゆっくり鳴らさないと。
そうなのですか？
Oh yeah, hadn't she taken an interest in soba itself because of some conversation about slurping?
うん。
Ella was upset she wasn't able to do it well. I was sure she was teary-eyed because her throat hurt, but...
なってないわね、エル。そんな形だけ学んだ作法では何の意味もないわよ。
Oh, she's adding insult to injury. Well, etiquette to injury.
どういうことでしょう？
麺類をすするという文化はもともとは麺を途中で噛まない、噛んだものをお皿に戻さないという食の美意識から生まれた概念なのよ。
なんと。
そうなん？
Beats me. We're not that high class. The princess seated beside us was better informed of Japanese cuisine customs than the actual Japanese natives.
つまり麺類を相手にした時大切なのはすすることではないの。こうして。
Sylvie picked up her own serving. She brought the scooped up noodles to her mouth. Oh, this is gonna be a hard one to say. As she slowly slurped on them, she took the folded bundles she had picked up with her chopsticks. I have no idea if that's a different sound. And put it in her mouth.
おお。
Beautiful. Lovely execution. Holds up a scorecard, 10 on 10. If this were an anime, you'd almost expect an eruption of white lilies to pop up behind her. Okay.
こうして美しく食べる。これがするという行為の源流にあるの。それを逸してはいけないわ。
Even though she was eating an ordinary bowl of cold soba noodles, she had this very refined look to her. The other restaurant goers were just as captivated, even if you discounted the fact that she was eating enough for 4 people.
なるほど。
Ella imitated her and ate a mouthful of bundled up noodles.
Oh!
That one dude in particular was just fixated. This got sighs of admiration from the other customers. Ella wouldn't be outdone when it came to manners, especially when it came to maintaining her noble, picture-perfect appearance.
あとはこれを慣れていけば上手にすすれるようにもなるわ。
Alright, add that to her skill sets as a knight, I guess.
なんでシルビーは普通にすすれてるんだろう。
No comment. Beats me. More importantly, how's your very first soba experience?
はい。
That wasn't really a yes or no question, but I'll take that as a good.
とても美味しいです。
Oh, there we go.
お蕎麦ってお菓子にもなるのね。不思議な食材。
It can be pretty heavy-handed, though.
でも全部美味しいよ。そばぼうろ、そばせんべい、そばかりんとうにそばまんじゅう。
Thank you, Bubba. The items she listed off were either kneaded with or made of buckwheat, and could easily be found on a grocery store shelf.
全部買いたかったわ。
Of course you do. That would be too heavy to carry on your own, so why don't you make do with manju?
チェー。
You can get it later, it's fine.
これ系はどれもお茶菓子にいいよね。ちょっとつまむ感じでさっぱりして。へえ。で、どうだったエルチン。冷たいのと熱いのなら。
甲乙つけがたいですね。どちらにもそれぞれで際立った美味しさがありました。
美味しかったわ。
As long as you enjoyed it, that's what matters. As promised, I swapped dipping sauces with Ella, and we enjoyed our meals in various ways. Everyone was beaming with delight when we walked out of the restaurant.
妃殿は温かいのを頼まれていましたが、温かい方がお好きなので？
私はね、エビ天がつけばどっちでもいい人。お蕎麦の本体は天ぷらだと思ってるから。
ああ、斬新な捉え方ですね。
That's just how common buckwheat is. It's one of its many charms.
なるほど。
We'd had a great time even though we made this trip into town on a whim. Most notably, the borderline fishy mood between Ella and myself.
おいおい、どうしてご両人見つめちゃって。ラブラブ？ラブラブかよ。
Kind of, actually. It's not like that, honestly.
も
Reina's teasing made it difficult for me to focus on the good mood Ella and I had going. I felt pretty good about it, actually. I wonder how Ella felt. Even though things had been pretty weird between us after that one-sided kiss earlier. With that taken into account, I wondered how she felt now. I hadn't gotten to ask her before. Just how did she feel about me?
ですね。
Well, unless things take a really drastic turn, the music's a good sign. Yeah? Were Reina and Sylvie being considerate, or was it what Ella wished for? Around the time our day was through, she and I managed to find some time alone together. Sylvie and Reina eventually made their way to the music hall, leaving Ella and me to our own devices. The academy was eerily quiet after clubs let out. It worked out perfectly for a place to talk in private.
この間のこと、ちゃんと話しておくべきだと思うのです。
Yes. Oh, wait, I need to apologize first. Sorry, I was kind of overbearing.
いえ。
A sudden kiss is... yeah. Well, at this point, I can't help but wonder how it even went.
そうですね。いきなりは、困りますね。
Even now, I'd still like to kiss you again. It's not spontaneous if it's announced. Or is it? Ella turned away looking distressed. I hesitated when I saw her reaction. I guess what happened yesterday really bothered her. I should have taken things slower. Let me say it again. I love you, Ella. How do you feel about me? I wasn't going to suddenly kiss her again, and I wanted to make sure her feelings came first. Ella looked distraught, and her eyes darted all over as if she were searching for an answer or a place to hide. Not too promising, huh?
ありがとうございます。その気持ちはとても嬉しい。
Ooh, that's not a good sign.
ですが、すいません。答えられません。
I see. I expected as much, but it was still depressing to hear all over again.
私のことにこんなに協力していただいてるのに申し訳ない。こちらの身勝手ばかり。オーロの迷惑になるようでしたら、恋人のふりというのももうシルビー様には私から言っておきますので。
Oh, come on, that's like the one silver lining at this point. No, that part's fine. It's not a bother. I consider it a perk, honestly. I would still like to eat dinner together, too. Although I came across as unmanly, it was the least I could do in order to make this situation more convenient for me. I had been shot down completely. A clean break here and now probably would have been the cooler approach. but if it would only inconvenience her, as long as I had that excuse, I wanted to indulge in this complacency for just a short while longer.
そう、よかった。
Luckily, Ella was delighted by it. Our own senses of complacency meshed well. There was no reason to deliberately end this arrangement. Yes. If it was only in terms of complacency, we matched up well.
私もオーロとはもっと一緒にいたいと思います。
Huh?
オーロと一緒する時間はとても楽しい。あなたのところへ行くのは毎日楽しみですので、このまま続けられたらと思っています。
Oh? Where did this mood come from? I honestly would have been fine with Ella using me to help her with fencing if it were necessary. But maybe I wasn't just being used.
恋人のふりというのは来週日曜までとして、その後もできればこんな機会を。
Hang on a second.
はい。
Ella, how do you feel about me? I casually asked her. I was able to ask her point blank now that I had been turned down once already. Strange how that worked, huh? You like me, don't you?
はい。
How much? I took a step toward her on reflex. I obviously knew she liked me as a friend, but based on what she just said, maybe there was more? I couldn't deny how hopeful I felt in that very moment. How much do you like me?
あの、
Just like what happened yesterday, there was very little distance between us, and Ella's face was flushed bright red. Even so, she stood her ground. Come to think of it, she didn't budge yesterday either. This much? I leaned my face toward hers, giving her enough space to pull away if she wanted to. But I was careful to make that fact very clear to her. Ella pressed her lips against mine. Okay, good sign. It was the same alluring sensation as yesterday. I would have loved it if we could have stayed like this. But that wasn't important right now. Instead, I pulled away.
あの、
Does that mean nothing will happen between us then?
はい。
Ella had accepted the kiss itself, but did not hesitate to nod her head in affirmation. She liked me enough to give me her lips, but not enough to allow us to be as close as lovers. It was a sensibility that didn't make any sense to me.
あの、オーロには言っていなかったと思います。私は生涯、恋愛というものができません。
Are you an automaton?
私はイスタ家の息女として生まれました。恋愛というものは必要ではないのです。
That's not technically a no. So that's what this was about? It all fit together in a sense, but it wasn't a reason a modern Japanese person like myself could accept. So it's because of your family?
ありていに言えば、私の身はイスタ家のものです。それは将来にわたって。詳しくは申せませんが、私にはすでに幼い頃、そうするべき将来設計ができているのです。どこで誰と婚約するかまで含めて。
This honestly was like something out of medieval times. I understood what was going on now. Ella was engaged. That in and of itself was a shock to the system. But it was so like Ella to prioritize her duties above herself. I see.
すいません。オーロの気持ちは本当に嬉しかった。ありがとう。でも、ここだけは譲れません。私はイスタ家のため、ひいては シルビー様のためにこの身を、人生を捧げたい。これは、私が、私たる理由なのです。
Got it. I couldn't say anything after all that she had told me. Ella, as of this very moment, she probably liked me. But I was sure that didn't mean a relationship with me would be allowed as part of her life as a knight. So then, I couldn't interfere. She was the only one who could decide what color her life would take on. After several apologies from Ella afterward, we said our goodbyes. I got turned down, huh? There was another beautiful sunset when I looked up into the sky. It was golden.
金色ラブリッチェ。
寝坊しちゃった。
I'm really surprised that Ella let that happen.
エル、時間大丈夫かしら。エル？
はい、すいません。何でしょう。
なーに？ぼーっとして。また寝不足？
申し訳ありません。
もう、最近ずっとね。で、たっぷり寝て寝坊した私が、寝不足でもちゃんと起きてるエルに言えたことじゃないんだけど。寝坊したのをごまかすのにちょうどいいわ。
Well played, Sylvie. Well played.
たるんでいるわよ、エロいな。
Okay, that's a little harsh.
申し訳ありません。
最近ずっとね。なんだったかしら。日本の習俗を探るために日本のゲームをしているのだと？
To a degree, maybe.
はい。
どんなゲームなの？そろそろ名前くらい教えてちょうだい。
Oh, please do. I want to hear the title.
すいません。教えられません。トップシークレットです。いろいろな意味で。それに昨日はそれが理由ではなく。
おはよ
う。おはようございます。
Morning.
おはようございます、オーロ。
Ella was the same as she always was. Same as it ever was. Calm, courteous, and hypervigilant to the world around her and Sylvie. Ella really did have a mature air about her. Maybe she had lived in a different world from me from the very start. Man, though, she's too young to be engaged. Lunch break. I headed somewhere I could be alone, with Rhea. Oh, never mind. Man. Ella was totally her usual self in class. She didn't even seem fazed after what happened yesterday. That was so frustrating. It was like she had left me in the dust. We spent the same time together, but Ella was steadily making progress down the path she needed to lead. I was stuck in place, watching her from afar, and it felt like she was leaving me further and further behind.
Ouro.
Oh, hi. Yes? Wait, you're not allowed up here. You don't break rules. Who are you and what have you done with Ella? I was startled when Ella called my name out of nowhere.
すいません。休んでいるところを。今晩の夕飯について言わなくてはいけないことが。
Yes. This was about dinner? It wouldn't shock me if she put it on hold given what had just happened the day before. Or so I thought.
実は昨日のお蕎麦で火がついて、今日もお蕎麦にしてしまったのです。
Dang it, I was going to predict that, and I didn't say it. I knew I should have said it.
私はいいのですが、オーロはどうです？2日連続でお蕎麦。
I mean, considering that we probably lived off of instant ramen and other such things for quite some time, it's probably fine. Huh? Yeah, that's fine.
よかった。麺は信州のとても伝統あるお店のものです。期待してください。
She up and left in a hurry once we laid out tonight's dinner plans. I guess we weren't putting anything on hold after all. I was kind of happy, yet somewhat mortified that she seriously wasn't bothered by what had happened yesterday. My whole mood could be summed up as... Some strange animal noise from the roof.
いえ。緊張してしまう。我ながら未熟です。
The day wore on and Ella was acting like her usual self.
帰りましょうか。
Sure. And so I tried to do the same. Oh, now you tell me. Sure. Our weekend was a little weird, but that's all there was to it. That was just how Ella and I were.
今日は本物の賭けにしようと思います。オーロは昨日は森でしたが、冷たい方がお好みですか？
Nah, normal's fine. It's cold out today, so I think poured would be better.
はい。
Ella tended to the cooking from start to finish. The straight-laced, high-class female knight from that ginormous estate was making dinner for me. Weird. This should be, by all rights, sheer luxury on its own. I couldn't ask for anything more. Oh, but you can.
お帰りなさいませ。ただいま。
It's contagious.
金色ラブリッチ
Our relationship didn't worsen in any particular way. We went back to a mutually ideal emotional distance from each other. To what was supposed to be a mutually ideal distance anyway. But...
すいません。
いえ、こちらこそ。私としたことが武器を落とすなんて、誰か当たった人はいませんでしたか？
大丈夫です。
カバレロ様が剣を落とすなんて。
私すごいかも。こんなに強くなってたんだ。
Don't get your hopes up, kid.
ええ、見事な踏み込みでした。驚かされました。
先生、今のって。ええ、あの子が強くなったというより。ふむ、まあ油断くらいするわよね。
Probably not this close to the competition, though. That's cause for concern. Ella?
なんです？
You've been spacing out since earlier.
ああ、はい、すいません。
Did something happen? I asked her casually. But Ella shook her head with a strained grin, as if to tell me it was nothing. That being the case, I didn't pry any further. I didn't pay Ella's odd behavior that much mind on that day. But... it continued. Uh-oh. Sad transition. I have a bad feeling about this. The day after... and then the day after that, Ella looked visibly upset for some reason. I was, of course, worried about her now that it had gotten to this point.
バレロ様。すいません。
Oh no, she's lost her groove.
またカバレロ様、本格的におかしいですわ。
どこか怪我してるとかじゃないのよね。
Right in the heart.
ええ、本人が言うには。
困ったわね。試合はもうあさってなのに。
Oh man, that's not enough time to turn into a llama and go on a heartfelt adventure with a guy you originally rejected. Where is it? How long was that movie? Oh god, Sylvie got into the sugar. That's just normal for Akane.
ああ、くそ。どっちも全力かよ。もう、オーロ。あの二人どうにかしてよ。
Hmm? Oh, sorry. It looked like it'd be a pain in the butt, so I was just ignoring them.
見て、オーロ。私たち、こんなに走ってるのよ。
What did you guys get into?
お姫様、意外と足が速いです。
Of course she is. She's had to outrun mobs of black-suited guards on multiple occasions.
どうして走ってるかわかる？わかる？わからないかしらね。
Probably not.
ヒントは、今は12月。
You're Santa Claus?
さあ、シンキングタイムスタート。チックタックチックタック。ヒントは12月の古い呼び方よ。日本人なら知っておきたいことね。
I know the old word for December, shiwasu, was made up of the kanji for teacher and running. That wouldn't hold up as an explanation unless you were one yourself, but your joke wouldn't make sense for any other reason.
だからさ、シルビー。12月の昔の呼び名が師走だとか、師匠が走るくらい忙しいからだとか。これ、豆知識の中じゃかなりメジャーなやつだから。
Still new to me. That's a reason that would instantly click with any Japanese person.
うぐ自慢したかったのに。
Akane also shares your disappointment. It makes me think of the sun comment in Reina's route.
知らなかったって言えない。
Oh, or that.
で、オールは今日もエルチンを待ってるん？
Yeah.
フェンシング部さん、頑張ってますよね。今の時期は部活動はあまりやらないのに。
Yeah, it's because of the upcoming competition. Winter break started next week, so the athletic clubs generally reined back on activities during this season. This girl was actually in the track club, but she seemed bored lately.
練習しないと筋肉がうずいちゃいます。もっとバーニングしたいのに。
Well, we could get you one of those cat treadmills, you know, the large ones that are circular. That could do something.
私が一緒に走ってあげるわよ。というわけで裏門まで競争。よーいどん。わずるい。
There they went.
捕まえてごらーん。うおー。陸上部として負けるか
Akane, you have no chance. She's not even wearing heels. Those two ran around like they owned the place, but it was probably fine since the field was empty. There were no outdoor club activities today. Hardly any voices could be heard in the halls of Noble Academy, as it was largely just the fencing club occupying the martial arts dojo. Even the fencing club would be winding down on end-of-year practice sessions once their championship match was over on Sunday. It just occurred to me, but the competition was the day after tomorrow? Only a little longer until my relationship with Ella ended. Ella and I would rarely see each other now that Noble Academy was on winter break and club meetings were on hold until classes resumed. I doubt she would complain if I went to her estate to visit, if it really came down to it, but...
オーロ。
Reina! What's up? A lingering Reina got right up in my face out of nowhere. That's very flattering, but we're not on your route.
呼んでる。
Oh? Huh? I wasn't exactly being called over. but a familiar face was looking my way. She looked like she wanted to talk, but was too apprehensive to speak up. Had something happened? Is something the matter?
ちょっとね。
This was the club advisor. She'd helped me out a few times when I was hanging around the fencing club. She seemed to have some business with me. Ella's in a slump?
このところ妙にね。
And it's all our fault.
今週に入ってからだけど、何か知らない？君、彼氏だったよね。
Yes. Since the start of the week. So some difference from last week? I had one hell of an idea of what it was. Aw, man. What about the match? Don't tell me she can't compete.
まさか、もう登録は終わってるし、替えが務まるようなレベルの子もいないよ。でも今の調子だと、日曜の試合で微妙な成績出しちゃうかもしれなくてね。
Right. But isn't that just how matches go?
うん、そうなんだけど。小宮さんっていう週刊誌の人がね、試合を見に来るみたいで。
Oh, is that dude that cornered us? That's an interesting space. Komiya. That older journalist from a while back? He was apparently still following Ella.
カバディロさんはうちのエースだからさ。あの子がスランプだと、ねえ。
Every club member will be seen as lackluster. Impressions from the outcome of a single competition would surely fall by the wayside in no time. But if they were to be published in a magazine, it would stick around in a semi-permanent way in print.
まあ、君に言っても仕方ないかもだけどさ。何か彼氏視点から気づくことがあったら、ね。
Yes, but I was trying to avoid the elephant in the room. Sure. Pinning this on me put me in a tough spot. But I was sure her advisor wanted something to cling to, and she ultimately relayed her concerns to me. Man, though, if this started this week, it can only be one thing then.
スランプですか？そうかもしれません。最近どうも体に動かすことに濁りを感じます。
Sounded like she was aware of it. As far as that goes, does any reason come to mind?
そうですね。あえて言えば。
Ella put a hand to her chin and pondered. What's the matter?
いえ、なんでもないです。何も考えていません。
'Tis the games. Huh? This didn't make full sense to me, but you do have some idea, don't you?
まあ、はい。
Maybe it really is all because of me? Think about it. Didn't this all start this week?
は？まあ、オーロのせいといえば、あんなこと調べるようになったのはオーロのせいですが。
Oh no. So it is my fault. Damn it. What had I done? We'd kept up this facade for weeks for Ella's sake, and here I was standing in her way when she was so close to the finish line. I'm sorry, Ella. This is all because of me.
いえ、集中力を欠いたのはオーロのせいでは。私が勝手に騎士と聞くと、
She was mumbling about something, so I couldn't make it out. But I could only imagine this was my fault. What should I do to get her to concentrate on her competition? My weird proposition, all because I wanted to be real to lovers, had thrown her off her game. Although, it's the game that has thrown her off. If that were true, there was only one answer. Why don't we put an end to this whole lovers thing? We've only got a couple of days left, and I doubt any of those creepy photographers will show up anyway. A reporter from a weekly magazine would be there, but that was irrelevant considering he had already made arrangements regardless of whether we were dating. I'm pretty sure there's no point in us staying lovers anymore.
そうですね。
So, let's go back to the way we used to be. Okay? She should be able to devote herself to fencing without any reservations now. If I could take back that idiotic confession I made to her a week ago, then this never would have happened and she could go back to normal.
では、夕飯を作るのも今日限りということで。
Yeah. It was unfortunate, but unavoidable. Without any especially dramatic goodbye, our time as pretend lovers was now over. This was all based on Sylvie's orders, so we couldn't exactly go with overblown breakup anyway. Later that night, after enjoying my last meal with Ella,
では私はこれで。
yeah, see you next week at school.
はい。今日までご協力いただき、ありがとうございました。市松殿。
Oh, that hurts. Sure, Ella-san. She made her way out. Oh, man, that hurts. Okay. This was for the best, right? I almost got in her way, but we worked together until the very end, and I supported her every step of the way. All that was left was to pray that everything went smoothly for her on Sunday. I had done the right thing. That much I believed. I don't like the sad music list transitions. Ah.
ゲロ、たるんでますわよ。
I mean, that's pretty usual. Actually, I was thinking it might be nice to be a lazy bum today.
もうこれだから。
Yes, I am.
最近はエロイナに影響されてか、少しはキビキビした態度が板についてきたところですのに。
Well, we were hoping it would get to that point, but things didn't really pan out that well.
そういえば、本日はどうする予定ですの？エロイナは試合直前の練習でしょうが。
Like I said, I just wanted to lounge around all day.
応援には行きませんの？
I'd better not. I had already broken things off with her. We'd gone back to being ordinary classmates. Wouldn't going to watch her practice be overkill for a classmate? I wouldn't go to watch her like that. I had absolutely no intention of going to watch. And I only came here because I was on a walk, is what I told myself. Given that it was the end of term, there were fewer sports clubs in session that week. And the few voices you could hear on campus belonged to the martial arts club. Which meant that it was really just part of my walk. I went to check out the martial arts wing to see what the fencing club was up to, just as part of my walk.
次、お願いします。
I could see Ella was in the middle of practice. But
大丈夫、カバレロ様。
we made it worse! Great.
いえ、はい、すいません。
Huh. Not the outcome I had expected. Ella was in the same slump as before, and she wasn't nearly as agile as before. Then again, it had only been one day. Maybe instant improvement was too much to ask for? As that thought crossed my mind.
市松くん、ちょうどよかった。
Okay, we tried something. It might take a couple of days to settle in. Oh, wait, but the competition is coming up real fast. Plan B, plan B. Yes? The advisor spotted me and brought me somewhere Ella wouldn't see.
彼女どうしちゃったの？スランプがさらに深刻になってるみたいよ。
Ah, crap. Huh? Why?
こっちが聞きたいよ。昨日までは何本かに1本、妙に動きが硬い時がある程度だったけど、今日はほぼ毎回ダメ。
Huh? What the?
昨日何か言った？
Well, yes. Yeah.
気負わせちゃったかな。私の責任だな。
No, pretty sure this is all Ouro's fault. 100% Ouro's fault. Okay, maybe like 95% Ouro's fault. The teacher scratched her head, seemingly flustered as she made her way back. What? Sorry, this is supposed to be serious. This really was my fault. If I gave it some serious thought, Ella was in a slump because I wanted to be boyfriend and girlfriend. Strictly speaking, she had lost her concentration because I genuinely wanted to be her lover. Kind of. Of course, canceling the whole arrangement without warning was going to confuse her even more. What the heck was I doing? Everything I did was backfiring. What was the root cause? Was it that I fell in love with her? Well, I think honestly the cause is more that she fell in love with you, and the way she was thinking about trying to understand the situation got weird fast. No, before that. Was it because I had pretended to be lovers with her at all? I had thought it was in Ella's best interest since Sylvie asked me. Oh? No, wait. I had the wrong idea. The incident where she acted rashly last week aside, it was something fundamental. My mistake was... The fencing club got out of practice early in preparation for the competition tomorrow, and were kept in suspense. Ella stuck around for a while after. She must have been worried about her poor performance. Regardless, she wrapped everything up around dinner time. Good work.
オーロ。市松殿。
No, Ouro's fine. Ella approached me with a beaming smile, without paying her slump or otherwise any mind. Should I call her Ella-san? This was complicated. Looks like you can't shake that slump.
お恥ずかしながら。体に不調があるわけではないので、問題は集中力だと思います。明日、せめて試合の時だけは集中できると良いのですが。
I see. Ella said that with a complex expression. Next to that look she made, I thought she had figured out the reason behind her slump. Ella couldn't concentrate, and that much appeared to be obvious. Hey, Ella.
はい。
After what had happened yesterday, I probably should have gone back to calling her Ella-san, and she eyed me curiously when I dropped the honorific. She didn't look displeased, however. At this point in our relationship, she was totally just Ella to me. How did you feel when we first started to date? We became lovers because Sylvie ordered us to, right? How did that make you feel?
申し訳ないとお手間をおかけして。同時にオーロ、市松殿がシルビー様のため、私のため、人のために尽くすことに迷いがなくてすごいなとも。
You really are a really good person, Ella. I doubted this was a lie. Then, how about when I told you I loved you?
嬉しかったです。答えられなくて残念だと。
She mumbled that distressed reply. The gist of my question just now had been kind of awful, and I may have jumped the gun a little bit. However, I was willing to bet that hadn't been a lie. It wasn't in Ella's nature to lie. As long as she didn't personally consider it a lie, anyway. Well then. Tomorrow's the final fencing match. How do you feel now?
残念ではありますけど、仕方のないことです。明日は後悔を残さぬよう精一杯頑張りたいです。
Is that right? This was probably not a lie either. Ella-san herself didn't think so anyway. Ella herself. Oh god, oh, I've confused myself. Her body language, however, was most definitely denying it. A part of you doesn't want to keep doing it? Doesn't part of you hate the idea of tomorrow being the last time? Don't you want to keep doing it even after that? Ella, don't you love fencing? Don't you want to keep practicing it? I bet that's largely where your slump is coming.
思っていません。
She snapped back decisively.
フェンシングが楽しかったのは事実です。しかし私にはそれ以上に努めるべき職務がある。明日以降続けるつもりはありません。
She shut me up in a hurry. Ella noticed that her tone had been a bit strong and cleared her throat.
今日は帰らせてもらいます。今日までご協力いただきありがとうございました。あなたには本当に感謝しています、市松殿。明日は応援に来てくれとは言いませんが、せめて心の中だけでも応援していただけると嬉しいです。では。
She reverted to her usual candid self and went on her way. I was no match for her intensity. I couldn't chase after her. I was sure that probably wasn't a lie either. Namely, the part about her having no intention of continuing. Ella genuinely believed that she had chosen what was necessary for herself, and that complying with it was to be her lifestyle. For all those reasons, I doubted it had ever crossed her mind, the thought, I want to continue. Oh man, what was I supposed to say if that was Ella's value system? I didn't have the nerve to chase after Ella, so I resumed my walk from earlier that afternoon. And to find somewhere I could be alone. Alone? No, it's more like... I sought out someone I could rely on.
あれ、休みだから来ないと思った。
Hey.
つかすげえ久しぶりだな。1週間、2週間くらい？
Around that, yeah. As usual, Ria was smoking one of her cigarettes. She was the only one I ever went to when I was hurt. She wouldn't say anything uncalled for after all.
なんだよこっちじっと見て。
Because I need your skills, best wing woman ever. No reason. Not that I had any intention of whining and being dependent on her, obviously.
じゃあジロジロ見んな。
Okay. Man, I wish she'd be a little kinder. You're my childhood friend, so be nicer.
あ、そうだ。エロイナって女どうだった？
Oh, it's been a train wreck. Huh? Ria was the one who brought up the subject with Ella. How did they go? Well, not too great. Or maybe more like I'm supporting her way of life.
はぁ？何の話か知らないけど、そうじゃなくて、昔日本に来てたのかって話。
Oh yeah, you are a couple of weeks behind on our thought process, aren't you? Hmm? Ah, that? Oh yeah, that had come up quite a while back. I hadn't told Ria yet? About the incident where an Ista had been in Japan those days. Ella swears she never came. That had been one of those loose ends, huh? Well, I was sure it was one of Ella's relatives.
そっか。じゃあ決まりだな。
Hmm?
イスタって言ってたやつ。誰だったか思い出したわ。
'Twas Sylvie. Huh? Seriously? Impressive. She had one hell of a memory if she could recall something from our pre-elementary school days.
ああ。まあ、もともとシスアって聞いた時から、なんか違和感はあったし。
Huh?
思い出したよ。誰だかってわけじゃないけど。誰がイスタって名字を名乗ってたか。シルビーだ。
Ta-da! What?
外人な上名前長ったらしいから曖昧だけど、逆にこうなるとはっきり思い出せるわ。
That's true. That only became common for us recently.
あいつあの頃は、シルビア・ル・クルス・クラウン・イスタって名乗ってた。
Huh? Easter? I thought Sylvie's last name was Siswa. Sylvia Le Cruz Crown Sortilege Siswa. And Siswa was the name of the Sortilege royal family. But it was different before? That meant... That had to mean... that eventually our thought process will catch up.
はぁ？
That's only if my memory is correct, though. In a turn, I should perhaps call lucky someone who knew her circumstances was close at hand. That night, I promptly looked into the intel from earlier. But in the past, Sylvie used the Ista family name when she introduced herself. Wouldn't that have to mean... The loathing on Mina-chan's face was blatant.
はぁ。ちょいとお待ちなさいゲロ。私の口から言ってよいものか測りかねる問題ですわ。
Are you going to phone a friend? Is the friend Sylvie? So it really was serious. Mina-chan shook her head.
お姉様に聞いてみます。
Oh, I was right.
できればあなたが直々にお姉様から聞いてほしかったですわね。私じゃ口にしにくいのですから。
I mean, why couldn't we have asked Sylvie directly anyway? It's not like she would be apprehensive to tell us. Sorry. She called Sylvie on her cell phone.
もしもし、ミナ？どうかした？あ、もしもしお姉様？あのですね、今このゲロウが厄介なことに気づきまして。
I have a name, you know.
はい、あの件です。それでですね、はい。はい？だから、言ってもいいわよ。オールはもう他人じゃないわ。にしても、当時の名字まで覚えてるなんて、リチにはかなわないって、オールに言っておいて。
Don't give us too much credit, we had help.
そう、私はお風呂に入らなくちゃ。ねえ、聞いてみな。今日は箱根の温泉の素がね。
How'd it go?
えらいあっさりと許可が下りましたわ。
Are you really surprised this is Sylvie we're talking about? Yeah, that sounds like Sylvie. I could hear Sylvie's carefree voice through the receiver, but it sounded like it went just how I hoped it would.
言っておきますが、深刻な話でしてよ。あなたは聞いたらショックとか、そういうの受けなさいな。お姉様みたくさらっと流すタイプの話ではなくてよ。
No promises. Got it. What sort of preface was that?
ですね。どこから話しましょうか。
A long time ago, when dinosaurs roamed the earth. Too far, too far.
まあ、確信から言いましょう。すでにそちらも想像できていますわよね。シルビアお姉様は、シスア家にとっては、
An adopted daughter.
ですわ。髪の色には気づいておりまして。私とお姉様は色が違うことに。
Yes, but I initially just kind of attributed to anime being anime. Now that she mentioned it. Golden and Silver, the two best Pokemon games. It was a trivial difference, but genetically speaking, light pigmentation like that should be recessive. Save for special instances where a gene skipped a generation, the idea that they were blood-related was highly suspect. And if Sylvie's golden hair had come from the Ista family's gene pool, then Ella, who had the same blonde hair, would be... Are Sylvie and Ella blood-related sisters?
血縁はありますわ。お姉様はあくまでシスア家のシルビア。私のお姉様ですけど。
What a shocker. If I really gave it some thought, their sun-colored hair, the impression from their facial features, and their exceptional figures, they were spitting images of each other when you put it all together. But it was a surprise. Ella and Sylvie were blood-related sisters. Wait, but they're in the same school year?
エロイナは1学年落としておりますわ。日本へ来るため、日本語の勉強を1年特貫で行って。
Ah, I see. I guess I had heard that in the fencing club.
身内の恥をあまり晒したくはないですけど。そもそもソルティレージュは、対外的には何ら問題ない理想の王政国家を気取ってはいますが、内情はやはり人が作るもの。相応にドロドロしております。
I'm sure there are politics to some extent. Between corruption, special interests, and mutual backstabbing, politicians in Japan could be a sordid bunch too. However, foreign countries spoke of us like we were some ideal nation.
中でも特に問題なのが、我が王家シスア家と長年最小の立場を牛耳るイスタ家の関係。我がシスア家は楽団派と呼ばれ、国の安定のための調和を担います。
Oh, so that's where those names come from. Okay, now that I don't think is very clearly explained on any other route. Interesting. To this end, members of the Siswa family are highly knowledgeable of piano, ballet, and musical-related matters in general.
そして国の安定のための強権を担うのがイスタ家。俗に言う、騎士院派ですわ。
Ella and those black-suited guards mentioned it, hadn't they? That they were part of the Imperial Knight faction.
元来、国はこの両派、ひいてはシスア・イスタ両家が手を取り合って安定発展させていくのを理想と掲げています。現に国の経済や政情は世界にも類を見ないほど安定しておりますわ。手を取り合っての理想は果たされています。が、
Even if two forces should hypothetically join hands, it's human nature to have no idea what's going on in their innermost thoughts.
いつ頃からギスギスし始めたかは不明ですが、おばあ様の代にはすでにギスってたそうですわ。原因がどちらにあるかも今となっては不明ですわね。王権をシスア家にばかり継承するシスア家にあるのか、最小として王権に立てつくイスタ家にあるのか。
Does this make Sylvie the Avatar?
言ってて恥ずかしくなってきましたわ。言うべきじゃなかったかしら。
The same thing happened between Ieyasu-san of the Tokugawas and Yoshimune-san here in Japan, so I think the same thing happens everywhere.
まあともあれ、国は二大トップにあたるシスア家とイスタ家が仲良くとは言えないながら舵を取り続け、けれど十数年前転機が訪れますわ。両家に雪解けの兆しが見られましたの。
So they decided to reconcile?
シスア家の息女、第二王女がイスタ家に養女に出されましたの。様々な要因と高度な政治的駆け引きあってのことですけど、これは紛れもなく友好の合図。イスタ家も脱げに蹴るほどバカではありません。第二王女が架け橋となり、シスア家とイスタ家は急速に緊張を緩和させていきましたわ。しかしこれだけでは あくまで緊張の緩和。友好の足がかりには両者が平等でなければなりません。
Equal. So, if a daughter of the Siswa family were offered to the Istas,
イスタ家の即女をシスア家に預ける。これで対等ですわ。
that's what Sylvie is.
この状況、日本人のあなたなら何と例えますこと？
If I weren't picky with my words, maybe a hostage?
しっくりくる表現ですわね。
Sylvie is a hostage?
しっくりはくるものの、正しいとは言いかねます。私はシルビーお姉様を姉として愛していますわ。そして、お姉様も私や私の兄弟姉妹、つまりシスア家の人間を家族として愛しているはず。幸せなはずですわ。私のお姉様になって。
I feel the same. She looks like she's having fun.
ですわよね。
Mina-chan was probably feeling a little insecure, but she seemed pleased by my response. This obviously came as a surprise, but I did ultimately think it was pretty pointless for me to have learned. I dare say this only added another secret I couldn't publicly reveal. I clearly couldn't tell this to anyone else. The Sylvie that was ordinarily all smiles was actually a hostage. I did think it was outrageous. I really did, but Sylvie didn't emit even the slightest aura of unhappiness. You could likely safely perceive this as her not feeling uncomfortable with the hostage lifestyle, just as Mina-chan suggested. As we heard in the call earlier, she seemed to have taken it extremely lightheartedly. It should be safe to assume she was happy right now. Which is why the thing that bothered me more in this whole situation wasn't so much Sylvie as As long as we're on touchy subjects, I do have another question to ask.
何ですの？
The Istas and Siswa families are on bad terms. Mina-chan, do you feel ashamed when you're at that villa? I was, of course, referring to the Sortilege villa we had visited before. Hadn't it been under the Istas family's jurisdiction? Ella, a female knight, had a room in the main building, and Mina-chan had a room in the guest hall. That had always bugged me. I could tell from the black suit's behavior that they overwhelmingly supported Sylvie, but they were somewhat distant toward Mina-chan. They were treating her like a guest, though.
私は大丈夫ですけど、私以外の全員は肩身狭いやもしれませんわね。ここへ移ってあげたのも、半分は寄進派の方々への思いやりですわ。
I see. There at least didn't appear to be any problems on Mina-chan's end. That eliminated two concerns of mine. Only three things concerned me in this matter. Sorry to the black-suited knights who felt ashamed, but they didn't matter. I couldn't be great enough of a person to worry about people I hardly knew. As long as the people I knew were happy, that was enough for me. Sylvie, Mina-chan, and I wonder how Elle feels about it.
複雑ですわね。もともと養子に出されるのは、年齢的にお姉様とエロいな、どちらでもよかったはず。選ばれた基準は、音感とか、楽譜が読めるかとか、そんなほんのちょっとしたものです。楽団派に属するのですから、音楽の才能の良し悪し。
That actually makes a lot of sense.
エロイナよりシルビーお姉様の方が、ほんの少しだけ音楽に秀でていただけ。
Having your whole life drastically altered for that reason is what makes royalty such a terrifying world to be a part of.
否定はしませんわ。まあでも、どんな人間も大なり小なり環境に振り回されて生きるものでしょ。普通と違うはイコール不幸ではありませんわ。
You're strong. Based on this thought process, royalty absolutely had to be different from ordinary people.
とにかく、こうしてシルビアお姉様は新しくソルティレージュ王女として生きることになり。
I wonder how it was for Ella. How do you think she felt when she had to view her little sister as her master? I wonder, where does her sense of loyalty towards Sylvie right now come from?
エロイナのことは知りませんわ。私は最近まで会ったこともありませんもの。でも、そうですわね。イスタ家は騎士の家系とはいえ、本来騎士の称号は極めて神聖かつ多大な責任を伴うものです。通常ならば、いかにイスタ家のものとはいえ、20代も後半にならねば受けられないほどの。
That was it. This was what had been bothering me. Sylvie's black-suited guards, the knights, she had plenty, but Ella was the only one who had come onto campus as a student. Among the knights, Ella alone was extraordinarily young.
それを彼女は14の時、シスア王家へ直訴して騎士の称号を習得しましたわ。そのままお姉様直属の従者となった。
Ah, okay. So she chose this. Makes sense.
並大抵の努力と根回しではなかったでしょうね。
After that, Ella joined Sylvie abroad. I see. I understood the reasons that had been so ambiguous to me until now for Ella's loyalty. Huh.
なんで今の話で落ち込んでるんですの？
Oh, yeah, kind of. I just feel kind of brokenhearted. Of course, it was disappointing, but I doubted there was any room for me between Ella and Sylvie, to say nothing between the knight Ella and the royal family. If Ella's engagement was for the benefit of the royal family, I would have no choice but to give up.
なぜ失恋？
Huh? Because of Ella's engagement.
ヘロイナ、婚約したんですの？
Huh?
はい？
Oh, our stories weren't lining up. That happens a lot. Maybe that was it. Nothing Mina-chan had just told me had anything to do with Ella's engagement. Wait a second.
ヘロイナに縁談の話があれば、私も聞かされるはずですわよ。イスタ家はシスア家とは親戚関係に近いんですもの。
Really? But she said her marriage prospects were already settled, or something like that.
そんなはずはありませんわ。
She replied point blank. Huh? Huh? But Ella said before that she was engaged.
言いまして？
Had she? Nope. We remembered wrong.
詳しくは申せませんが、私にはすでに幼い頃、そうするべき将来設計ができているのです。どこで、誰と婚約するかまで含めて。
Or so she had said in that impressively roundabout way. But she hadn't said she was engaged. Huh? What? Ouro hurt himself in his confusion.
オーロに？
Alright, well, I know this is kind of a weird place to stop, but this is where I'm going to stop for now. Because this has been a pretty informative episode. We found out a lot about the arrangement. I mean, we kind of had details of it from Sylvie's route, but it definitely went into a lot more detail, which makes sense. And I guess, technically speaking, the royal/political ramifications of Ella ending up with Ouro aren't necessarily damaging to the royal families in Sortilege, but maybe are more of a in the way. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands right now. Y'all can't see it, but it's weird. Are kind of in the way of what Elle-san has arranged for her own future. She just kind of imagines herself 100% dedicated to Sylvie without any kind of consideration for her own happiness and prospects. So it seems pretty clear this is kind of her self-imposed prison, so to speak. I wonder if she feels so bad for Sylvie being in the position that she is, that she feels obligated to put herself in a similar position out of solidarity? I don't know. If you came to a similar conclusion, or you have your own thoughts on the matter, I'd love to hear it in the comments. Let me know. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you in the next one. For now, I am one half of the Bridge Boys, signing off.